Good morning, YouTube. I need access to the electrical connector underneath here on the left hand side. So let's get the tank off and get to the access to the accessory connector. There is 5 screws in the front here. 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and 1 in the center. The one in the center is the shorter one. The shorter screw is the one in the center. So both of these are for the side. The shorter one is in the center. Let me get it. So that's the shorter one, the one in the center. It's using a Allen key. Then loosen up this. Remove the what fairing you call it. Then you have that 2 Allen key, and you need to remove that to lift up the tank. This screw is a H5. So remove it and be careful. You could have something that can go adrift. Okay, so this is the H5. After you have removed the 2 screws, just do whatever you can. To me, I just put a stand off here to hold it. Then you can have access to this connector. By the way, the connector is, the type is Sumitomo. Let me get you the connector. It's a Sumitomo connector. You have to remove this blanking. Not sure whether you can reuse this. If there is a pin, you can reuse. If not, use a new connector. This is the Sumitomo connector that you need. I put the description and the part number of the connector in the link below. And yeah, you only need only one. I think about 20 cents. 20 cents US dollar. I bought it at AliExpress. I've removed the blanking cap, and I may use the same connector and put pins. The wire is color coded, yellow and black. Yellow is the live. It only be powered after engine has started. So the yellow color is live and positive 12 volt, and the black is ground. Right, wiring all done. I reuse the connector, but I need to have the pin for it. So I'm taking it from the Sumitomo connector, which I do not use, but it can be used here. And wire is a bit too long, so I just tidy it up here. I do not want to cut it yet. And later on I will tidy it up. Installation completed. Everything has been restored. I'm using the quad lock without any arm at the moment. They're subject to depend on installation actually. If I put it toward the side, I may put the arm. And this particular CarPlay unit can become either portrait or landscape. But the portrait mode, I do not like the display. It's a bit too clustered, so I leave it at landscape for the moment. At the moment, I leave it at landscape. And everything has been restored. The 5 screws, the wiring tucked inside here without any danger. You can see the wiring there of touching any movable surface. So that's the wiring. A lot of excess wiring, so if you want to cut it, much better, but I leave it that way unless there's a problem. Be careful about these screws. The slip nut is easily drop from the mounting, so be careful about that. But it's quite a cheap slip nut, you can get it anywhere, but it's a bit of an inconvenience if you lose it, especially after you started the engine. The vibration is there. And let's switch it on and see. As I mentioned, Gorilla will only power up the CarPlay or the accessory unit after engine started. Once the engine started, it will start to get noisy. I better shut up. Well, that's about it about the CarPlay, and with the engine off, so it's working. So only that before you start the engine, you will not have power. Let me try switch it off here. Okay, let's do some trick. Let's do it again. Switch it on. Nothing. This switch is at cutoff. No, at run, but not start. Let's put it at cutoff. What happened? Okay, nothing happened at cutoff. There's probably a time delay internally so that it can power up. Let's just try it. So we still need the engine to be started. So once started, if you switch it off by the key, it will kill off. But if you switch it off on the handlebar, it will probably remain on. So there's some kind of a logic interlocks. See, it remain on. I'm not sure how long it will remain on, but as far as we're concerned, when we cut the engine here, everything is powered up on the bike. So this remain powered. Let's start up the bike again. On cranking the bike, there will be power cut off for a while. Bluetooth is not connected, but there's no sign here. I'm currently using the phone. Now it's connected. I'm currently using the phone for making this video. Let's switch off by the key and see what happens. Will be any different on switching from here. Okay, switch off by the key, it will kill it off immediately. You switch it off here, it will not kill off, but the next start it will kill it off and it will reboot. So that's probably because of the way the accessory plug has been wired up on this particular bike. Okay, bye bye, thanks for watching.